to review the new series inspired by the PlayStation game Twisted Metal. Has a Rotten Tomatoes rating of 70% by the critics and 94% by the audience. Welcome back to Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel,
Adan.
where we give you a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert. Were you a big fan of Twisted Metal?
Nope, never played the game. Familiar with it. I want to say they had
Really?
like 6 or 7 iterations of the game, but never played it.
I thought you were a huge fan because I know you're a fan of racing games.
I was Twisted Metal is like I want to say it's like a cross between like Road Rash and meets Mad Max. It's the best way I could describe
Okay.
it as a video game. Basically, a lot of like demolition derby. Like you destroy the other, you gotta eliminate your opponents with your arsenal.
But you never played it.
Not once. I could be entirely wrong about the game, but I do know it involves nothing but vehicles.
Damn, I thought it was a variation of Road Rash because that game I used to like.
That I used to play. Yeah, yeah.
That one I used to like, not the new incarnations, the old ones where it's like you can hit someone with a bat or with a chain or
Yeah. For those who
something like
don't
that.
know, like I imagine our audience isn't necessarily in our age demographic unless you know. Road Rash was basically motorcycle racing, but like Angel said, just use your feet, legs, or whatever, knock off your opponents while you're racing your motorcycles across the country. Yeah, I guess that sums it up.
This series is 10 episodes. Each
Mhm.
episode is about 30 minutes long. It is starring by the ever so busy now. I guess as Will Smith is not working so much, he's getting all the gigs. Anthony Mackie, Mr. Captain America himself,
Mhm.
formerly the Falcon. Stephanie Beatrice, she's from
Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Modern Family, and
she's in Modern Family.
a couple other movies. Yeah,
Well, I know she was in the Heights, the movie version.
she played the sister to the wife, Gloria.
So, Sofia Vergara.
Yeah.
Okay. You have Will Arnett, who is actually he's like James Earl Jones in this, where he does the voice of Sweet Tooth.
Sure, correct. And for
Yeah,
those who don't
I mean,
know, he's from Arrested Development, and he played the voice of Batman.
yes, and he also does that. He's the host of the Lego show, the competition, and he's also the voice
Oh,
for the Reese's Pieces commercials
did
and
not
some
know
other
those.
voices. Oh yeah, yeah, that's him.
His iconic
Um,
voice.
right. You have Thomas Hayden Church. We know him as the Sandman from the Sam Raimi films, Spider Man.
Oh yes, 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 from the Spider-Man films by Sam Raimi. Yeah,
Right.
I'm thinking like
Okay.
Evil Dead and whatnot. Sorry.
I am going to say this name wrong. It's a Hawaiian name or
Mhm.
Samoan name, Joe Sinoa. He plays the physical version of Sweet Tooth.
Yep.
And then you have Mike Mitchell, that was Stu, and Taj Vagans. We saw him in The Blue Beetle. He made a cameo.
Yes, he did.
Chloe Feynman,
Played Bloody Mary, right?
yes. What was your take on it?
It's entertaining. It's crazy.
And also Nev Campbell from the Scream movies.
What was she?
She was the mayor.
Holy cow! I did not recognize her.
Yeah, she was the mayor, bro. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Epiphany.
Yeah. But again, I did cut you off. So you were saying, what were your thoughts about it?
So, kind of like how I described the game, it's
Mhm.
just really chaotic. It's like Mad Max meets the Joker's inbox with mixed with violence and odd humor.
True. Yeah,
Eh,
it's labeled as a comedy, and I would not say as a straight
It's a
out
dark
comedy.
comedy.
Like I found myself enjoying it, but I didn't see myself like a laughing like a regular comedy show. I would.
No, it's I would give it more of a dark comedy where you can watch it on a more serious mode and then
Mhm.
like occasionally get entertainment or possible humor. And this is going to be a poor comparison, but this is going to be the best comparison that comes to mind. So
Mhm.
I for a short while was a fan of World War
World War Z,
no,
Zombie
the
Nation, Z Nation.
Z Nation. Yes. I watched the first few seasons with our godfather, and So I was hooked on it for a short while. So Z Nation was pretty entertaining, and it was just weird, chaotic, and fun for me. So it reminded me of that. This took it to another level. The soundtrack was also really fun and entertaining. If you like randomness and chaotic characters, you'll probably like this, I think.
I didn't find it chaotic. I just found it.
Were they not chaotic?
I didn't find it chaotic. What I did
Anthony
though, I
Mackie's
didn't.
character? No, not Anthony Mackie. Yeah,
Yeah, Yeah, John Doe.
yeah. Which in the game they go by their vehicles names.
Well, her that was what was the name again? Elizabeth? No, um,
Evelyn?
Evelyn.
I
Thank
don't
you.
think
Yeah.
she's in the game.
Okay, it doesn't matter. But it was like,
But no, but Roadkill
but no, but
is.
it was like this series, this season. It was like a prequel to the actual Twisted Metal, like the
Yes.
game.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the backstory of him and I guess other characters. Now, what I did like about this, in the sense of like, first I was confused, but I was like, oh, I'm getting it now. Is that is set in an apocalyptic time setting, but also in the 80s when the game originally came out.
I thought it was in
Because
the
you have
90s.
either or
No,
is
because like
not
Cisco's playing and like that and like Umbop
true.
and
Okay,
Barbie Girl.
yes, right. But what I'm saying is like the stores, you have the stores that are no longer around at this time.
Oh, absolutely. It was like
It's around that
early
time.
late 80s,
Yeah,
early 90s. Yeah.
exactly. So I was confused, like what the heck? Because they had Camelot, that music store, like Sam Goody. I don't know for those listening, remember those places.
I
When I
remember so
saw
good.
that, but Camelot, did you remember that?
Mm-mm.
That's like around the time of Blockbuster was big. And
Oh, wow.
when you go to the mall, you have all the you had the Sam Goody, you had the Camelot, you had Spencer's Gifts, you had all this stuff. Spencer Gifts are still around in a lot of malls, but when I saw that took me back. When I finally figured that out, I was like, okay, I see where they're going. I see what they're doing here. They're taking it in the frame as if when Twisted Metal debuted on the PlayStation Network or on the PlayStation platform.
Oh,
Yeah,
I could see that.
that's where I'm getting. That's where I took it from. That's the
Not
only
like
thing that
not like
makes
The
sense to
Last of
me.
Us, where
Well, Last
they.
of Us is more up to date than this.
Well, yes, but what they did was they only went back 20 years. They didn't go back as far. So they brought it to today's year, and then everything started like 20 years ago or something like that.
Who? Twisted Metal
Last
or
of Us.
for Twisted Metal is 20 years later.
Okay. They never really show what happened to cause the world like collapse.
No, no, I think they did something. Well, something started to fall, something like that.
Satellites.
Yeah, something like that. Like it was like a power outage, something that
Hmm.
happened. I can't remember exactly either. This series has four directors. They are Bill Benz, Maggie Carey, Kitao Sakurai, and Jude Wang. But you have 13 writers for this series for the first season. Sorry, I'm not going to name all of them. I know there's a writer's strike going on at the same time, so sorry for not giving you guys the credit, but that's a lot of names.
Look up IMDb.
I have a few nice moments or great moments. It's not really about the action, it's again about the performances. And for me
Hmm.
was Joel Sinoa, who played the physical interpretation of Sweet Tooth.
Oh, he did a great
Oh,
job.
he was great.
He,
He was awesome.
you would think the way he, I guess, pantomimed, because he's
Well,
not really
no,
talking. He's
yes, he
just,
is. Oh, he is. You can see sometimes when there's close-ups, you see his mouth moving
well,
as
what I
if
mean
he's
by that is
talking.
like his audio is not being recorded.
Right, but
Yeah,
for him to interact with the other actors, you
yeah,
have to talk. You
yeah, yeah.
can't just be like,
But
but he was
his
very
performance synced up with the voice perfectly.
exactly, exactly. I forgot to mention one other actor here that I know that you should know anyway, without saying his name. Let me see here. Oh damn! Why did it's a Greek name? It's kind of hard for me to say. Jason Matsukas, and I probably said it wrong as usual. He was the priest, the capoeira priest.
Yes.
Do you recognize him? Did you recognize the voice?
He's done a multiple voice work, and he's also been on Brooklyn Nine-Nine as well.
I'm trying to get you to figure out what other show has he been in that we both enjoy.
I'm gonna forget now.
He's in Invincible,
Oh, he plays
the Gambit
yeah,
character.
whose name is escaping me too. But yeah,
Probably,
he's known for playing those outlandish, like crazy characters. Especially if you're like you take his portrayal in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and just amp it up, and that's what you got here.
he plays Rex in Invincible. The physical performance of Sweet Tooth sold me
Yeah,
on this. I love seeing Thomas Hayden Church because I have not seen him in a while, and I think he's a great actor. I love his voice. I love his sarcastic mannerisms that he has.
it's always
Endearing.
funny to see him because like I know you quoted
I
him for
know.
like Spider-Man, but like he was also
I,
like in other stuff where he's like the nice guy, the sweet guy, and everything like that.
but he was in the show Wings. He
Yes,
was
that's what I'm
the
thinking of.
pilot, yeah, pilot mechanic. He was also the voice in Over the Hedge. So that was my again. I don't have any favorite moments, but the performance of Sweet Tooth was awesome, and with the combined with the voice of Will Arnett is awesome. Will Arnett played James Earl Jones, like the leading the voice to Darth Vader that James Earl Jones did. This is what Will Arnett
Mhm.
did. So it's kind of really cool.
Okay, before I started going into it, like, was there a moment that caught you off guard or surprised you?
The axe to the face,
Uh, yeah.
that caught me off guard because I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to see it. I didn't expect to
Mhm.
see it. I was like,
He's still alive. That
right.
kind of reminded me of Hot Fuzz when the guy gets it right through here,
Uh,
and you're like, oh, he's dead, and then all of a sudden starts crying. I'm like, he's alive.
I mean, that was a vicious strike. And then to show it, yeah, because usually stuff like that, the person just dies, something like that. But he just stayed there. So, I mean, this series wasn't very violent, in my opinion. But when they did have it, they didn't hold back.
True. There was like it was moments where it just like peaked
Yeah,
and then went back
right,
down.
right. Now, quiet, I do wish she was quiet. I like that she wasn't talking because I know her work. I know she's a talker and all that stuff. But granted, we have the flashbacks showing this story about her and her brother, but I just liked that aspect of her not talking for some, I don't know. I just liked it.
It's like a
And
mystique. It's like
yeah, so when she starts to talk, I'm like, it takes away the dynamic that we were seeing, but I still enjoyed it anyway. It was still good. It's, and you understand where she's coming from. She's able to express herself, obviously.
mhm,
And so it was fine, but I did enjoy that. Now, I do have one thing I wish they didn't do in the series is with the mayor,
mhm.
that you know that she's up to something no good in the first episode.
Oh, absolutely. I found out
I-
afterwards that that character, the mayor, is also one of the drivers in the game.
okay.
It's
Well,
relevant for that last episode is like they introduced a tournament.
no, I know. Yeah, I get it. But what I'm saying is like, it would have been nice at the end to find out in the last episode, not to know right then and there that she's up to no good.
True, I get it.
And I called it at the end when the sister showed up.
Yeah, because you
The
see the
picture.
kids. Yeah, they show that at the when he's in front of his house.
Did we go over your favorite moment or a nice moment, or whatever?
Not
Or do
yet.
you have a? Well, go ahead.
I liked all the moments with Sweet Tooth. He stole the show for me. Truth be told, in regards to like the Holy Men were entertaining when they interacted with the Holy Men.
The S&M guys.
Yeah, that made me laugh. um,
Okay.
but the part that shocked me also involved Sweet Tooth, but his flashback
Oh
because
yes, it
I
reminded me of something. What was the one that
nope
the monkey went
nope.
crazy? There's a yes, that's the yeah. I was like, I thought you were telling me. I thought you were telling me. No, I got the wrong idea. But yes, that's from the movie. Nope.
But in
Right.
reverse.
Had that correct in a little way. He got fed up with not having the limelight.
Yeah.
There was a dog that was stealing the show, which kind of like say like Alf.
It was like those 80 child stars and whatnot. And
Mhm.
like they would put they to be frank, a lot of them were put through a lot of stressful abuse
Oh
and
yeah, of
and
course.
you know and stuff like that. And you could see his relationship with his parents was not a healthy one.
And I like the fact that they did a callback to Bill Cosby,
Yeah.
Cosby Show with the colorful sweater he had on.
Hmm.
I thought that was hilarious.
So Sweet Tooth stole a show.
Mhm.
It was interesting to see like when I think the next most violent, or not violent, most action, oddly enough, besides in the cars, was when Sweet Tooth invaded the new sheriff department and was taking them all out. Not a
Oh
lot of
yes.
action in it, but it was just like
Well, you see
interesting
the
seeing. He's just,
aftermath.
yeah, the
For the most part, you
aftermath.
see that.
Oh, the truck stop where all the drivers get through and we get introduced to Bloody Mary. I just thought it was hilarious.
Oh,
I
the
laughed throughout the show.
the smashing of the
Yeah,
thing.
because then I started thinking about the boys.
Oh yeah,
Because there is a
yeah,
guy like that in the boys, but in the comic he is different from what they portray in the movie.
show.
In the show. Wow, I'm all over the place. But so this character here was very similar to what they have in the comics. I just thought it was funny. I mean, overall, the show is just weird, and I get a kick
Mhm.
out of weird.
No, that me too. I mean, like Kim, she started watching with me, and she was like, "Okay, I'm done." She just couldn't, and I get it. It was like a little in the beginning,
Hmm.
but with quiet her performance in the beginning, I again, like I said, I liked it. That kind of drew me in because she's a really good actress.
Yeah,
And so is he. Anthony Mackie is a great actor too. Then you have Nev Campbell, who's freaking sexy as hell. You know, and I love Will Arnett. I think he's hilarious, and him doing this voice and the performance by Joe Sinoa is just. I mean, it was just so good. And then you have these cameos throughout each episode almost.
I was actually surprised that I thought it was a cool concept because it reminded me of Thunderdome, the trucks interlocking.
Were they interlocking
Yeah, as they're driving,
convoy? The convoy?
the convoy will interlock, and they're like, "Where are you getting your gas?" And and they're like, "We are our gas. Like we recycle everything." And for some reason, that made me think of Thunderdome with all the pigs and the farming and Master
Mm-hmm.
Blaster. And I was just waiting for a
Probably
Master
so.
Blaster moment, like two men enter, one man leave, but no, it didn't happen.
Right. That's like, yeah.
Was there anything you
I,
didn't like?
well, that thing where we know in the first episode that the mayor is up to no good. I
It's
just
true.
wish they leave that later to for it to be like an old damn moment.
Yeah,
Like,
that could have been better surprised on that.
okay, I did forget. I did get a kick out of him trying to learn how to ride a bicycle.
That was pretty funny.
When he's talking like he would talk to Evelyn,
Uh huh.
because he and Evelyn would have he'll talk to Evelyn, because Evelyn was to John Doe like Wilson was to Tom Hanks' character in Castaway.
What was the name of the paper bag for Sweet Tooth? Because that was basically Wilson too for him.
Right, for Sweet Tooth, correct.
And it was funny in the first episode, you do see a guy, but that's Sweet Tooth's interpretation of the bag.
Harold.
Harold, yes.
I guess you have that since you're alone. Like John Doe was alone,
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Tooth was alone in that casino. Oh, did you think of Army of the Dead with that casino? Did that pop into your head? It popped in my head. As
No,
soon
it
as I saw
didn't.
the
I know
when I saw
why for
the
you though.
oh, yeah, when I saw, I was like, oh my God, I watched these like zombies or someone come out. Is it worth the watch? Yes, it is. Especially if you're a fan of Twisted Metal. And now the way how it ended,
Yeah, and they could potentially spin this into more seasons just because of that.
they
Oh
have
yeah,
to. With the ending of the sister,
it does make it
you know,
interesting to want to
it'd be
see
kind of
that.
weird. It's just one and done. That'd be kind of weird. All that build up.
Do you think Sweet Tooth is staying?
Sweet Tooth dead? Hell's no. He freaking burned his head on fire and was chilling. And it
Yeah,
was chilling. So I don't think he. Wait a minute. What happened again? That he may be dead.
he got shot in the face, in the eye, and then he got
Oh,
ran over by a car.
the mask was off with the
Yeah.
bag with Harold next to it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, he's not. No, no. He probably have a different mask.
No, he won't have the different mask. He'll have the same mask. He should have the same mask because he's in most of the games.
No, I get it. I get it. They'll be kind of because I mean we didn't see the mask get picked up.
True, but I will say this: that's going to be a great Halloween costume for some heavy folks out there. I'm not as hairy.
He wasn't a Harry.
He was hairier than me.
No, no, far from.
Mm.
He's about the same as you, bro.
There you go. I'm dressing like
Yeah,
Sweet Tooth for Halloween. I gotta
yeah.
get that
You
mask.
can see that.
That's a nice mask though.
You got, you have options. You can be Sweet Tooth. You can be the Red Domino or Red Crimson, wherever the guy is from Black Widow. You have
Guardian.
The Red Guard. Yes, there you go. The Red Guardian. So you have options here. What about ratings and the Rotten Tomatoes?
Is it like an Oscar worthy type of material or like the
Oh no,
Grammy or anything like that?
no, it's entertaining though.
It is absolutely entertaining. It's not revolutionary, no, but as
I,
far as fun factor, it's there.
I will give it in like the high 80s,
Yeah.
85 to 90 range. That's where I see it. The audience has it at 94. I find that a little too high.
Would you
I
watch it
mean,
multiple times, or would you just watch a new season when it comes in?
just watch the new season.
Yeah,
I got enough out of the first season that I don't need to watch it again. It wasn't like Mandalorian season one
yeah, where you want to rewatch
Ant.
certain episodes or anything like that.
Right. I'm good. If you're a fan of Twisted Metal and you have PlayStation, all that stuff, definitely check it out. I mean, this is another series or production based off a video game, Last of Us, Mario Brothers, Gran Turismo. You have the Need for Speed back then. You also have what other games?
Resident Evil,
Resident Evil, Double Dragons.
Uncharted.
Yes, Uncharted. You're right. So all these other franchises going into the media production, this is totally welcomed.
Mm-hmm. I would dare say it's not a bad interpretation of it. It's not to the
But you never
level.
played the game, so how do you know? I never played the game. I have no idea.
This is a very valid point. I can't say it's not a bad interpretation. It's an entertaining interpretation. I can say that. How accurate it is, I can't say. I really can't.
Right. For me, all I know is Sweet Tooth because of the mask. That's all I know, and his ice cream truck.
Mm-hmm. I do know that it's iconic look for the flaming head. So that was an iconic look. I remember that.
Right. But of course, it can't be forever.
No.
No, it can't be forever. So it's just like that one, I guess, Easter egg, if you will. You think we'll see Stu and his partner again?
I think so. Actually, it turns out, like I said, I found out about some of the characters in the game. So Stu and his partner actually were characters in the game.
Okay.
And so they had their own vehicle to drive. Anthony Mackie's vehicle was Roadkill. Sweet Tooth went by the same.
That's what it became, right? That's what we see at the end.
So you're basically you saw the evolution of the Roadkill character from the game, and like certain vehicles, like the pink hearse, that was driven by a couple different drivers, not just Quiet, but like they actually have like one of them's like Shadow or something like that. The rest are escaping me, but. But yeah, there's a lot of, for those, like you said, if you're a Twisted Metal fan, I'm sure there's a lot of Easter eggs for you guys.
Yep, I agree. Okay, guys, that is our series review of Twisted Metal, currently streaming on Peacock. If you have a show or a movie you would like us to review, please either leave a comment below or email us at taleswithtwobros@gmail.com. Until next time, will be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adan.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.